Takuyan yarata ko ira pahira ki ichikura naraka etakuirata. Anahirata huira nanaka hirata. Utuhuyana naraka huirata. Akuyan yera tuhura na yera tuhura nara yera tu. Ahayana ura na yera no yara nyuro yara ti. Ananekitkuyanarata huyanarata hiranorotunyarai. Atkatiyamanahiranatakkuyanarata huyanama. Ijuananaknitaknuranarata hiranarata hirutu. Hiranara kuiranarata. Hiranarata turutu. Anin the Kriyan Yarata Kihan Yaratu Yarata Huirara Yuru. Yes, the Elemental Collective wants to thank you for your continued work with the elemental realms, thanking you for your care and love of the earth, for your joy in your gardening, for your happiness in reviewing flowers and noticing clouds and rain and the growth and the change of Gaia as the seasons, and from day to day, some plants, you will notice those small, minute changes. The realm in its entirety simply want to take a bow in thankfulness and gratitude. Of course, not just for this group, for all who have these beautiful care and blessings of joy and wonder within them. It brings in a beautiful frequency, and we are very happy that we sing some of these words, the expression of our joy to you. We do hope that you continue and persist in your growth, in the love that you have for others and for self, and the care of your planet, and your love for our planets off planet. Because the elementals, of course, are not just on Earth. We give you our blessings. Aho.
Aho to you. Thank you. Beautiful message.
Peace, for love, for healing, connection to truth, and guidance to be in love and follow your heart, your mission. Naru Rahashanzaraki Utorianeaka Chero Chezaran Zerene Hekuramaha Natora Shinjewa Kukuramaha Shinjewe. Beware, there will be people that will try to push you off your path. Nahakuru Niewaha Kukura Hanama Achuchuri Niehe Wahakiki Shinjeha. Tela Hana Hakuro Ungiasha. Know the truth of your heart, your own joy. Harahanzizi Wahaki. Jurana ne Wahaturu Kikiha. Yeshanzerena ne Wahatu. Kushka Neneha. Tu Mahasanje Wahakukura Hananiane Wahaku. Tur Mahasanje Nahaniane Akuru Nehwahashu. Let your love shine in the light of truth. Kananiane Wahakukuyasha. Nyashkanzera. Tela ko. Mahatera niana aturo kuku. Know your own heart. Mahaki wahashuturu niha. Turo ni hakiki, what do you love? Taramahshanan. Nekorohana. Kikiahan, you are a beacon of light. Tarashanzeena. Kikianaha. Call upon spirit. Call upon the physical beings within the universe. Tarashanzarahn kia kiwahaturaniha. Maharuturusnjikiaha. Telashana niene wahakukuyaha. Turamaha. Know you are love. Infinite being, love and light. Tarashanza. Keshuzunaha. Peace, love, so be it, and so it is.
Shinana hakia hanuko hayato atiamu. Kisi ato ahiato ahu. Om nahiato kuhusia. Ki ato koshini ato hoa. O ati ato ko ati. Shiato nahi atakonoti katahe atakanati yuto kshinahiatoa ki atati atoati niahanakoso kishi shuratia koanahiata nahi Niata Kashana Hiata Hosho Kihana Hada. Namaste. Blessings.
Blessings.
Okay, I'm going to go to channeling. We are the collective of all realms and within the cosmos and within creation. We are here to embrace and to send energy to Mother Gaia and all those that are upon her and within her. We are here to guide as needed when needed. We are here for all of you. We are who we are. We are here on a mission, just as you, to see, to learn, to teach, to create. We are here to really endeavor our souls together as one within God and creation. So we are here. We are the, we are here to assist. Is there any questions or anything you'd like to say?
Do you have a name that you would like to be called?
The name at this time is not necessary. We will come later to give the name in another of your channelings. Is there any other questions you'd like to ask or to?
Yes, Wendy has a question. Go ahead, Wendy.
Thank you. First, I would like to say thank you for your teams providing rain on the days that I've asked for water on my rain days, for watering days. The question that I have, I had this dream last night where I was running around with healing tools, sound tools, rattles. I kept looking for my drum. I couldn't find my drum, but I had my rattles and my chimes and my singing bowl in my dream. And there were several people and I was walking around them with my chimes so that I could heal, I guess, the group. Who was I healing?
Say that last part again, please.
Who was I healing? Who was that group?
Who was the group that you were with in your dream?
Yes, that I was walking around with the chimes and my rattle, saying that I was healing them.
The first thing that came to my mind was your soul group.
My soul group. Beautiful.
and that they were there to help and to assist and to also play the instruments too, the chimes, rattles. For the using of the instruments or help with the energy to grow more louder, lighter, and softer with more energy. So it is truly a blessing to have that come within your dream so that you could see and all be there together, giving energy and music out to all things in creation. Does that answer your question?
Yes, it does. Thank you. What a beautiful response.
You're welcome.
My love and light to you.
You're welcome. Any other questions?
Do you have anything else, Wendy?
You can go.
Okay, I'll go ahead. I was wondering if you have any message about the work that we'll be doing for our upcoming trip to Mount Shasta, and if there's any particular locations that you recommend that we visit, any areas that may need our healing energies or land clearing, or also any galactic groups that we're connected with that would like us to channel them or connect with them telepathically while we are there in the high energies of Mount Shasta.
Mount Shasta is a beautiful place, and it would be to your benefit to channel those that live within Mount Shasta. And possibly, if you could get closer to the higher elevations of Mount Shasta, you may be able to meet or see them or possibly talk with them. But yes, I would say go up to Mount Shasta when you go there, because you can learn teachings from them and they can learn from you too. We can all learn from each other. And as far as teachings, I see you bringing a lot of energy in there with a lot of galactic help who will be there to assist, of course, and to teach if you wish for them to come through. They are here to see this beautiful transition at Mount Shasta that you guys will provide for those who attend, and who will be there to also learn from all of you. It is a beautiful place and a beautiful experience. Does that answer some of your questions?
Yes. And I know some of it we're supposed to do some land clearing, and that is it true that we are going to connect with Saint Germain while we're there in a more either a light body form or have some sort of experience where maybe we'll get a visual, and if there's any other ascended masters that you know of that we'll be connecting with, that would be great if you could let us know that.
Well, Saint Germain will be there. You will get an experience, more or less. I've seen something that have to do with the sky that will help you with the colors that will come through, as in codes and stuff, as you say. And the other ascended masters will be there. I'm getting Kuthumi will be there to teach if you wish. Other ascended masters will be there. Jesus. See, I'm just seeing Joshua is Jesus. Joshua.
Or
So just call
Josiah.
upon them and they will be there. As far as galactic beings will be there too, who will be happy to assist and to come through and teach if you wish. Does that answer your question?
Yes, that's beautiful. I know last fall when we went to Mount Shasta, I know Wendy did a lot of work, especially in helping to bring snow on top of the mountain. And I'm just wondering if that is needed again this year to send intentions to cover the top of the mountain with snow, like on the top.
Yes, that'd be great, because this way it also feeds and gives drinks and thirst to all the animals that live up there in the trees and all nature within that area. So snow, more snow, rain is always needed in some places, and this would be great with Mount Shasta because she is a living being. The whole earth is a living being, and I see happiness that she is seeing if there was snow up there, more snow. she's grateful for that.
Yes, and last year we brought some apples as a gift to the land up on the mountain and did a beautiful light language ceremony while we were there. And is it something you see that we should do again, is to bring gifts such as apples or anything else in particular that the nature beings would like us to bring, or the mountain would like us to bring?
Always, because they're always so grateful for what you do and bring, and also do blessings and things like that too. When giving the prizes, merchandise, whatever you want to say, they all love that kind of stuff.
Little trinkets.
Trinkets, yes.
Trinkets. Yeah, we plan on, with this smaller group, just kind of following our inner guidance to various sites that we should visit and that need our energies while we're there. And yeah, so we definitely look forward to it. Any other insights or messages that come to mind for things that we should focus on, either either before we go or while we're there?
But just focus on what you're focusing on, getting things together, ready to go, because you will have a lot of joy and happiness there. And one thing that did come to my mind that was sent a message, I guess, from Shasta or Beings, they said, bring tobacco as a blessing. I guess I have no idea if that's just Native Americans or what, who used to live there. I'm assuming that's what they were asking for or requesting. There's also, so you're going to bring your drums and your rattles and all that to Mount Shasta, correct?
Yes, that I believe is the plan.
That is good, because they're looking forward to that. Will the other people who attend bring their instruments to Mount Shasta?
Yeah, I mean, we can definitely encourage that they do that as well, so that we can all join together in song. And I'm actually in the process of learning, I've been watching some videos to kind of learn some of the Native American songs, traditional songs, so I can play those on my drum, and of course use our rattles as well. And that we bought our rattles at Mount Shasta last year. And from the Aztec individuals that were there, the singers and dancers last year were wonderful. They won't be here won't be coming this year that I know of, but yeah, we had wonderful connections last year with some of the people there. So we hope to, create new memories and have wonderful experiences in a more intimate setting, with a smaller group this year, and kind of just go wherever we want to go to check out some new sites and make new connections. So.
But did ask, just you mentioned was you're going to be clearing some land, give it energy. Will you be using some of your crystals to help with that process?
Yes, I know we did that definitely when we went to Florida. Wendy, Joan, and I, we had tobacco there, and we had crystals that we did some ceremonies on the beach and other locations around when we went to Florida. And I think we'll definitely bring our crystals, and along with rattles, drums, whatever we're called to do. And I know Wendy was able to obtain tobacco on our trip to Florida, so I'm sure we'll talk about bringing some more of that as a gift. That's definitely something we can do. So glad to hear that. And Wendy has another question, so go ahead, Wendy.
Oh, thank you so very much. I appreciate it. Back on the 4th of July, I was listening to a video, and I was giving light language that I was writing like a sidebar in paper in my dream. And I believe that they are elemental beings, but it's or elemental light language. So it's mostly lines with like little circles on the end of them. And so I have it here. I know your eyes are closed and Barbara cannot see it, but etherically, I think that with what I'm sending, as you'll have an idea of what it is. Some of them look like, it almost looks like alphabets, like if you drew the letter Y and had the circle on either end. So there'd be 3 dots, or a T and circles on other sides of the T, and then various shapes. Sometimes they look like X's with like the circles on the ends of the X's. Sometimes it was just a line, and sometimes it looked like an asterisk with little circles on the ends of each of them. Does this resonate with you as to what that is? Is it from galactics or elementals?
I'm going to say maybe elementals with the help of galactics, or maybe just a touch of a galactic help, but it is elementals.
And each figure is actually an elemental, isn't it?
I'm sorry, say that again.
So like each drawing, like the one that looks like a T, the one looks like a Y, like the T is an elemental, the Y is an elemental, the line is an elemental, the asterisk is an elemental. They're each uniquely different.
As if each one was taking a turn signing that, or it's like a signature, assigning it, and also giving their information in that. Does it answer your question?
Yes. So yes, and thank you very much, because what that is telling me is that my understanding of what I'm getting and receiving, that I'm understanding what I'm getting and receiving, that it's not just, so what I'm getting in my dream state is really being deciphered, translated, dream translation. I don't know, how would you say that?
You're getting a lot of information as far as teaching and learning stuff in your dream state, which is really good.
Yes, thank you. And then my next question is for our current spiritual growth. As you know, we're always like going. What's next?
Your spiritual growth, where is it at?
Yeah.
I don't like to touch on that stuff because there's always a, what is that word? Fluctuations. Depending on the day, the time, they fluctuate. Just as your energy fluctuates. Because I would like to not mention or say anything to that effect, if that is okay.
Okay, that's fine. And then may I ask about my Kundalini rising? Last time I believe it was in my higher realms. Is that completed now?
Is it completed now?
Yeah.
I see that I feel that it has a little bit more to go, barely anything, then it will be completed. Is that what you're feeling too?
Yeah.
That's completed.
What's the full benefit of that?
It helps to connect you with Earth and give you more physical energy to help you get in touch with your feminine, masculine side, to become one with both of those energies within you.
I see. And is that where the sexual energy resides as well? Because I know that the last few nights, like my whole body has been like in a vibration, and I'm like, okay. Is this Kundalini?
Yes. Yes, that is your sexual coming together.
Alrighty.
The male,
very
female.
Exciting, very fun. Surprising at times.
Cold shower, no, I'm just kidding. Alrighty, I'm gonna let you go at this time because she's getting kind of tired.
Okay.
Thank
you so much for that additional information. That was all new to me. So thank you. Blessings. Thank you for coming.
Until next time, blessings and love. Okay, I'm back. Now I have a question regarding that. I'm gonna chill. My head's tingling and chilling.
I just felt a chill too. Right after you said that, I'm just like, I feel
Yeah.
chilled, and I don't have a ceiling fan or anything around me. And
My head was tingling and it was chill. So on that, I didn't go through the whole process of the chakras. And in some sense, when I try to think of things, if I don't look at you, that's fine. I'm trying to focus on my
Yeah,
thought.
yep, no, that's fine.
I felt like somebody was coming through, but I also felt like it was me. The information was just coming through. I don't know how to explain it. It's weird. It's like I was totally here, but not. It's like this was being said, and I don't know where that was coming from. Does that make sense? So is that
Yep.
channeling?
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
that at
it's
the
that
end, I would
conscious-
start to open up to my, like, get back. Thanks. Don't rip the place up. So she does. She's a little monster. So anyway, with that information, I hate to ask that because I still, like I was telling Jim the other day, that I still don't have confidence. I mean, I do and I don't.
Well, I noticed the sense of separation since about around April this year, like when I felt like I leveled up, that feeling of like you're channeling something separate from yourself, like
Yes.
basically went away. And it's more like, yeah, feeling like the beings are like right here, a part of you, because we are all a part of each other. But it's like I'm more consciously aware that we're connected, like that's yeah, they're not outside of me, they are with me, they're within me, they're part of me.
Yeah.
And yeah, and it's just like it's a stream of consciousness. I'm still aware of like the different energy signatures of like who I'm connecting with, but yeah, it doesn't feel like I'm reaching up to somebody out there. It's like right here, and it's just flowing
Yeah.
through, and they're like, and I feel their presence more closely to me, and not like all
So-
the time, 24 hours a day, but when I'm feeling more of that sense.
I don't
So
feel
right
the-
before before you started to channel, I got this huge heat flush like come through my body, and I was like, "Ooh!" Like I was like, "Oh my God, I'm sweating!" Like I just was like, "Oh God!" Like that's a lot. And then I thought, okay, well that's just energy from like whoever's coming in. And then I was just like waiting, and then it was like, how did they announce like they're the I feel like it's like
It's the
follow up to the light
we are
language that
who
I
we
did
are.
earlier.
because I
What
don't
is it?
remember
Are
what was
you?
said.
They said we are who we are, and they didn't want to give a name yet. They
Well, I
said-
kind of got something, but they weren't ready to give it, but it sounded kind of like Telscar.
Ato nyara ko hanyara pa iskruira pa nya ko hodoro nyeriti chiaka mama oira. Ato huru to ko nyara ka ataka yana mara. Oro nyara ka hira ka aro to hudara ma ka e tira to ma. Ishigria ma gyara gian yugunduru. Ikanka no donyeri nika. Guanarata. Jishgoro to akara. Para kienyu. Koa diraki nakara. Kuruniara kin yuturunia karata kahirato unyarata yama kahirato ku uitutu yama eji kurunyana na kurin eka o kwak yena. Aktijujuana tetite kuhana makahira no noru to kuana narata hakara noru to. I am Vishnu.
Hello, Vishnu. Welcome.
Hello. I needed to work with the galactic energies to assist her with clearing out her fields so that she could hold the energy that is I. she knows that she'll be channeling with me later this evening, and I decided to go ahead and take advantage of this opportunity to clear and work through her more fully so that she will be prepared to work with the client. There's some physical work being done on her for some stagnant energy that needed to be moved. That was the energy up in the shoulder, along with there's some activity here in the mind as well that needs to be released, that I'm assisting her with, and opening the heart more fully. There's some hang up that many channelers have when they're channeling beings that are widely known within their realm as gods. And although there are many gods, I am certainly not the only one and not the god, but the connotation nonetheless, if you haven't worked with a particular being and before or previously, that the ego wants to step in and jump in the way and get in the head. So my blessings to all of you. I thank you for letting me have a moment to get acclimated into this body. I thank each of you for the work that you are doing with your channeling, with your clearing, with working with the lands. The elemental beings are certainly very appreciative of the work that you do. And we, the gods, who many of you have fractals of, if you haven't already figured out who you are a part of, it will be coming soon enough. These aspects and fractals are like drips and drops of, oh, I will associate it with the braided bracelet that Susan was discussing earlier. It's like many strands getting put together. They're all different, but they're together. That's a nice analogy for the universe as well. I am open for your questions.
Barbara has a question. Go ahead, Barbara.
Excuse me. My question is, I just got done channeling and I still have that confidence issue. So is there any information you can give to me about the channeling that I just did and the species or anything like that?
This is part of your soul group. They want you to tap into that individually. And when you begin to trust yourself more fully, that's when they'll provide you the name.
Okay.
There are many channelers, many non-channelers who are simply doing their spiritual work and taking their next step. That although we guide and give direction, we don't necessarily want to give all the answers. And so with this group being at such a high level of connection, it is more important for you each to find within your own heart your journey, your trust. Because when you start to trust yourself, that's when they bring more to you.
Okay.
And do you have recordings of yourself from a year ago?
I'm sorry, say that again.
Do you have recordings of yourself channeling from a year ago?
Yes, I do. So listen to those.
We encourage you to, I say we, the Ascended Masters and I, the gods, the divine, we encourage you to check your progress. Where were you? Where are you?
Okay.
Did you trust yourself then?
Yes, I feel that from then till
Barely.
now, I have
Barely.
come forward.
Yes, barely. You would say 3 words and you would blink out because your ego was right there going, is that you?
Yeah, I feel like tying my ego up sometimes and gagging it in the back of me.
Your ego is very dear and loving. Don't gag your ego. Simply kindly ask it to step aside. Give it a bench, a comfortable chair to sit across from you in. Create
Okay.
an etheric room, a cubby hole. Bring down the max dome of silence and set your ego in the dome of silence in a comfortable seating. And then
Okay.
continue with the work that you've begun and are doing well.
Thank you. That gives me confidence.
Yes, you are very welcome.
Thank you. That's all questions I have. Excuse me.
Blessings to you, beloved giver of love to all.
Blessings to you.
Thank you.
Do you have any other questions, Barbara?
I do have one more question that popped in my mind. I got a kitten. So
Took
what is
her.
the relationship between me and this cat? She seems to be very intelligent, very smart, more like human than she is a cat. So is this something that she's going to kind of teach me or train me or something?
Yes, to open up your telepathic abilities, communication with animals, but also realize that this is a soul that you have had soulful lives and journeys previously. This time she has decided to take the form of a cat. The longevity of life is not nearly as long as a human's, and so long enough and yet shorter so that the expansion can be in and out, so to speak, staying more on a faster path, but not so quick, not like an ant or something that's, a spider, maybe that's got a much shorter lifestyle or span, rather, not style.
So she won't be here that long?
Oh, no, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that a cat will live typically 14 to 17 years,
Okay.
maybe longer, versus a human who may live anywhere from 50 to 100 years, depending on what their selection is for their journey.
Because my last cat lived to be 18.
Yes. So what I'm saying is that a cat's life, typical life period, is a shorter term
Yes.
than another type of being's life. So enough to get the nice long experience without necessarily the fuller, term, like the dwarves, for example, or your gnomes who live, hundreds and hundreds of years. So
Nice.
yes.
So is she a cat, one of my pets from this lifetime or previous?
Prior.
Okay.
She was a horse in one of her lives.
So she was a horse.
Correct. In one of her lives, a horse. A stallion. Beautiful. Dark brown. Riding with kings.
Nice. Well, that's just all I had. I just, because I love her dearly. I can't wait for her to grow up. We're all yawning.
You are meant to experience these trials together. It is a growth period for you each to learn trust. Take this lesson of trust with your cat and bring it to trust with yourself.
Okay. Does she see my husband, Spiricus, when he's here?
Yes, of course.
So what does he think of her? I feel he likes her.
He does like her. She's sweet.
She's too smart. Okay, well, thank you.
He loves her little playful heart and her desire to be ferocious like Takur.
Yes, she is channeling Takur sometimes. Because I tell her, you're very confident like Takur, you're a very strong person like Takur. So she sees herself as a tiger.
Beautiful.
Do I have any sort of connection with you, like another lifetime connection, or should I be connecting with you more, I guess, channeling or otherwise?
Yes. Many of you prominent light workers who are doing work ahead of the crowd have been gifted with droplets of many aspects of many gods, many ascended masters. And as your awareness is coming for gaining knowledge, when you have the direction or the desire to think about connecting in further, we realize there's too many to connect in one lifetime. But there will be some here and there that will be more strongly connected with you, you'll have a higher percentage of our energy versus other beings. But of course, we're all working with your soul on your soul's journey. And as you're having these experiences, when you ask yourself the question, should I switch it? I should. And so there's your answer.
Yes, very well. That makes total sense. So earlier I was channeling a female brownie, is what I got in my light language, and I'm trying to connect with what her name is, and I've gotten a few different names in my head, but I'm not sure if it's my ego coming through with the name. Most recently, I got the name Holly popped in my head rather strongly, but then
you have more than one around you, so you will hear various names.
That's what I was wondering, because I asked if it was a collective, but then I got it was an individual. But yeah, if there's multiple
so you
individuals.
have multiple individuals who are around you, and of course with your environment and your wooded area near your home, it certainly helps you. Also, you're currently working on some projects that require cleanup work, and they like that.
Awesome.
So yeah, so that's why they are coming around you to make themselves known more. They have been around you, but again, as each of you are coming more and more into your awareness and your experiences, you will have these opportunities to connect in more deeply with those beings who are working so closely with you and who are around you.
So I believe brownies can exist within your home, especially in rural areas, and I think they help with like organization, like within the home. And actually yesterday I was doing some of that. Yesterday evening I was doing some organizing of my house. And so is that what you mean by, I mean, and there's environmental
Organizing and
cleanup.
cleaning. Yes, because while you're doing cleaning around your home, they're there helping and motivating you. It makes them joyful and happy to be a part and contributing to the ideas of, oh, I need to put this in order. And so they enjoy that work.
Yeah, I've also been trying to better organize my garden, and I'm still planting some vegetables from my fall garden lately, and just trying to yeah, get that whole area kind of, you know, cleaned up a bit, like some of the tall grasses and stuff. And okay, so that makes sense that they've been connecting with me, that they're probably helping clear the energy as well, you know, inside and outside. So so is there any insights as far as how to go about with selling my artwork, or prints of my artwork? Should I have my own website to do that? Should I use like an online marketplace?
We recommend, again, the group of us, I'm not the only one here, as Vishnu. We recommend that you first start with a smaller modality, something that you know in the form of, say, an Etsy, which is very familiar. Everyone in your time is familiar with this app, or something similar to that if you don't prefer Etsy. And then as you begin to expand and more people become aware of your work, then certainly you can add it to your website and start to show your abilities there. And then it will start to grow based on what people are asking you for. So don't put the cart in front of the horse, so to speak. Do more work first. Get your drawings together. Put some offerings such as lithographs or copies of your art in some form, framed or unframed. Perhaps the individual who buys it wants to have it inexpensive and frame it themselves. This is, of course, an option. And then as your work begins to take up speed, this is when you will begin to grow that part of your business. The dragonfly will have energy around it that people will be asking about it. After your channeling event, show images of it simply by itself without your invitation to channel the dragonflies. Be whimsical. Play with color. And in your meditation time, we encourage you to, similar to Wendy's light language of the elementals making themselves known to her as these stick figures, work with meditation with your gems. Sit and think about the colors. Feel the energy of the colors of these gemstones that you are infusing into your work. This is where the energy comes from. The gemstones are a part of you. Your expression is you. So what is about you that you can paint? Paint a cup of cacao. We know that this is something that you enjoy. A few chocolates and the cacao next to each other, with your cup in the hand, perhaps. Creating ceremony. What does ceremony mean to you for the cacao and the goddess of cacao? What is your favorite plant medicine?
It is the cacao. I guess I don't really, I mean, I do know of other, plant related medicines, but the one I consume on a more regular basis is the cacao. So
Yes. And put your cacao next to your bluebell, perhaps.
or sit out and admire the bluebells. I have been talking to Joy, the bluebell fairy, who I met last summer, with the many bluebells that have invaded my landscapes. I connected with her, and so whenever I go out, I admire the bluebells and say hi to the bluebell fairies. Whenever I am out amongst my garden and everything. So I will definitely bring some cacao out there and commune with the fairies.
Yes. Take your cacao, set it in a pleasant spot. Take a photo of it. Your drawing doesn't have to be an exactness of the photo. It's the feeling that emanates from your heart. This is what you're capturing. Give yourself some freedom from the very detailed, specific lines. Be playful with your energy.
Thank you very much for coming and sharing your beautiful messages.
Hokuenera kapatanya kutukuhuena makai ti churu tukuye chikurunyera pau kuhuru tuenara takuru arapohora nire ti shikuronyara kaire tukuru apohora taira kara turu yenyara taeti
Shake and bake? Are you heated?
Yeah, it was like shaking, you know what? It was like the rattles. It was like shaking the energy loose, because there will be people who watch the video afterwards, and that clearing energy was a healing energy that was being sent out. And with that, and they're going to need to have, it was really strong, they're going to need to have some assistance with like clearing, breaking up what gets broken up. Does that make sense? It's like, I don't know. Okay, it's like putting a shake in a blender, you know, the ones that you put the lid on and you turn it upside down, or the ones that you have, it's like a blender and you put the lid on it. So what happens is with that energy, it's like you turn the blender on, and it's like, and so it's like flopping all over the place, but it needs to go somewhere. So if you take the top off the blender, it'll like fly out of the top of the blender. And so
I've done that.
That's the, so you know what I'm talking about. So
Well, I did it with spaghetti sauce working at a pizza shop, and the spinner came up too high and the sauce went everywhere.
Yeah, so that's what the shaking was. That it was the healing, the energy that was being sent out was to move the energy, like clear and like move the energy, and then the shaking was to help, like give it somewhere to go, like help it go, help it go.